was surprisingly difficult.
Having to do it with one hand is sometimes difficult.
Oh.
What? All right, here we are, everybody.
Y'all.
Say hello to our recording. Hello! What the fuck?
Welcome to Podlander, Drunkcast, and Outlander podcast. I'm Allison.
I'm Julie.
Oh.
Crickets, bitch. Anyway, R.I.P. Janine. We did do an Instagram.
R.I.P. Janine's microphone.
The microphone. Janine is alive and well. We did do an Instagram live. He wants to send you all his love. He misses you all and loves you all. So please know that he is here in spirit, if not in body. And if you can please look at this janky ass audio setup I had to put together, you can understand that Janine was not with us. But also, let's please give a round of applause to my husband Neil for helping me do what I could. Thank you. You're the best.
If you hear that tinny sound, that like meh, hopefully you listening at home are not hearing that sound, but those here are definitely hearing a sound that sounds just not great.
Just a little tinny.
That is the Janine difference.
Yeah. Well, that's also what karaoke at the O sounds like, so it's right on brand.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
No, here's what karaoke at the O sounds like.
New York is when everything they say, no place I'd rather be. Well, hey, I do have a million things.
Oh, I gotta stop.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get sued.
Royalty problems.
I'm sorry. You know what? Huey Lewis, he deserves to sue anyone he wants.
You know why? Because the heart of rock. I fucked it up.
You know what I want?
What?
A new drug.
All right. Speaking of a new drug, guess what, you guys? It's the dick sack of destiny. Looks like we're probably going to have to get this guy a vasectomy sometime soon.
Yeah, we were having a little chat this morning while we had breakfast. And my word, what a difference and not a difference 6 years makes. Seems like every time we decide to do a live show,
Something fucked up happens.
Something really fucked up happens. Let's walk down memory lane. November 2016. What happened that month?
Nothing.
The very first Drunkcast live show, that's what. What happened in February 2020? Was that a Drunkcast live show? I'm pretty sure it was a Drunkcast live show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then what happened like 2 weeks later? I'm not sure.
Everything. All I remember is what happened this week because my brain gets real full of hate and rage.
Yeah.
And then I forget other things.
Yeah.
So I only remember what happened this week, and that was not great.
You know, mine isn't full of hate and rage. It just basically went on strike.
Yeah.
So like,
just like no more.
yeah,
I'm
it was
done.
like, okay, I've got room for 2 items on my to-do list. Make significant other get vasectomy.
Yes.
And I've already forgotten the other one. So, guys, it's a weird time to be a person with a uterus, to be a person who is queer or loves queer people, to be a person with a conscience, or any sense of moral decency. Or
see, look, my
anything.
brain is full. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like.
Luckily, it's a great time to be a person who needs to plug your laptop into an outlet on the ceiling. Listeners, it's an aural medium. You need to know there is an outlet on the ceiling of the Oasis.
For some reason, the Oasis only has outlets at like 8 feet
Yep, see,
high
look,
and
up
taller.
there,
Like,
up there,
look at this.
up
I
there.
don't know why, except that maybe the original owners were like, "No, you do not get our electricity for free." That's my guess.
Maybe during the like internet cafe craze, they were like, "Oh yeah, we've got outlets. Welcome. Drinks are non-refundable." But we're not here to talk about any of that.
Hell no.
Odds are we're still going to end up talking about
Hell yeah.
the right to make decisions about your own body.
Bodily autonomy.
We're going to talk about what an outrage it is that someone leaked a document from the Supreme Court.
Outrageous.
And we are gonna tell some jokes about dicks and rocks and dicks and rocks and dicks and rocks and dicks and rocks and dicks and rocks. We're also gonna eat some really beautiful cookies.
Yes. Oh my God. One of our slackers and listeners, Kristen, showed up with her incredible cookies today. If you're on the Slack, you've seen them before. She made the like kick-ass Claire Dior suit cookie. She made is it a dozen? Is it 2 dozen? How many did you make? 2 dozen, so that's like 24 cookies that all have our stupid quotes on them. But they're so beautiful and well done. And thank you, Kristen. They're so
amazing. It was also reassuring because this morning when Julie and I were having our little planning meeting at the Cozy Corner in Edgewater.
Please know it was 10 minutes long because we don't believe in planning.
That's not true.
Just kidding.
It was an hour long, but we talked for about 5 minutes of it.
Yes.
The rest of the time we were eating waffles. We were having our little planning meeting, and I went into our Google Drive folder to pull up our notes, and I was confronted with 3 additional folders. They were titled Dick Tub 1, Dick Tub 2, and Dick Tub 3.
Y'all, we couldn't remember.
We had no fucking idea what that was.
We couldn't remember what it was, and we had to go to the Slack, and of course, Kiki the Wise came in and saved the day, and she's like,
No. I Googled. But I'm sure that our dear Kiki the Wise did know.
She was like, was it this?
Or resident Slack historian Liz and Tinkerbell.
Mm-hmm. Kiki was like, I think it's Death Comes to Pemberley.
We can't remember. Yeah, it is Death Comes to Pemberley, by the way.
Dick Tub, Death Comes to Pemberley. Like, what is with the B and the P? I don't know what I did there.
I couldn't remember anything except for Dick Tub. Ooh. So that was fun. Anyway, my point is, it was delightful to see all of those cookies because I knew what all of them were referencing. Which was great, because, man, this morning did I feel... I can't decide
out of sorts.
At first I was like, oh, I'm senile. And then I was like, no, it's just that the world is in crisis, and my brain is barely functioning. And then I thought, no, it's just because we're so funny we can't keep track of it all.
That's what I said. I was like, how terrible are we that we just don't even remember it? And Allison was like, no, that's how good we are.
That's called being a boss bitch.
It's because we make up so many, we don't remember them all.
Yeah. So, time to add to the roster, I guess. If you're new to the Fun and Games, this is a podcast about Outlander. We take Julie's blood red D&D dice, pour them out of her scrotum-shaped dice chainmail bag.
For those who don't believe me, take a look.
It is a scrotum-shaped.
Yeah. And I call it, I got to scatter my seed.
It's roughly the size and shape of Stephen Bonnet's bonnet. Peter Piper. Pick up Stephen Bonnet's
pickled peckers. I'm on fire.
And then we narrow to the things that we think might be award worthy from this season of Outlander, season 6.
Which was an excellent season. Can we all agree?
Yes.
It was really good.
We are really, really glad that it was so good. And then we let fate decide, because they're all so good that fate decides. So that's what we say. What actually happens is that we roll the dice because we like the sound. And then we do whatever the fuck we want if it doesn't line up with our opinion. But who knows? Maybe this time.
Who knows? Maybe this time.
We, however, are adding a fun little wrinkle this time, folks, that you get to participate with. So who here has some basketball fandom in their life? Anybody?
We got some hands kind of going up a little bit.
You know,
Neil is laughing.
There's literally a cookie over there that says basketball reasons. So this is not new. I was reinforced by that cookie. This is fair game. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through our normal list like we usually do. However, this time, because there are so many of you, you as a team...
That's how it's going.
As the Drunkcast Trailblazers, you get to decide. You get two challenges.
Only two challenges.
Like you get to challenge a bad call in basketball. This is an NBA reference. You get 2 challenges. On those challenges, you say, I issue a challenge or something. I don't know, something. And then we'll say, okay, what? And you say, oh, well, you left off
blah.
Yeah. You forgot to, like we would ever forget to do this, but you forgot to talk about Jocasta getting high with Claire in a gazebo.
Never.
Right? And we'll go, you know what? Hold on, we have to confer. And then we'll go. The ruling on the floor is upheld. Fuck that scene. Like that. Right? But normally we'll just say yes. You get 2 successful challenges. Stop it, Tom. Do not read my NBA reference. This is an act of love. You get 2 successful challenges. That does not mean that you should just go apeshit. Because once they're gone, they're gone. And for all you know, when we get to the best episode, it might be like nothing but the time that the dead widow sat up in church at the funeral over and over and over again. And then you won't be able to object and say, actually, the premiere was really good. So 2 successful challenges. If we deny your challenge, the clock on that challenge resets. But 2 total. Think carefully before you issue a challenge. Because if you issue a bad one, we're just gonna read you for filth, bitch. Like it's not.
And your teammates will be mad.
So you choose carefully. However, if you don't do it at all, then we'll just be embarrassed. So I hope we didn't scare you too much.
Never. That's not different than any time we record this show.
That's
I'm
true.
always embarrassed.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if one of you yells "too hard," we have to nothing. No,
that's not happening anymore. That rule is over.
For now. This isn't live fanfic, though.
No, you're right. That's only for live fanfic. The challenge is just for dice rolls.
This is just us giving the power to the people.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Also, you all know this show better than we do, so may as well. We are going to start with the one and done category. As a reminder, one and done celebrates somebody who showed up for just one episode. They showed up, they did their thing, they scattered their seed, and then they fled like the morning mist. But they live on forever in our hearts. So, unless someone has a challenge to issue, here are the nominees for one and done. Bargain Rate Clive Owen.
From I Am Not Alone with his
Episode
sexy
8
leather
finale. Capelet bitch.
Also, Pan's Labyrinth bitch.
Yes.
Yes. If you remember. Yeah.
He's got... There was a Last Week Tonight joke a couple of years ago where the setup was something like somebody said blah, 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 which was the most shocking thing to come out of a Kennedy's mouth since the back of a Kennedy's head.
Oh.
And I thought of that with Bargain Rate Clive Owen, because that's the most shocking thing to come out of the you get me. Violence is not the answer. One and done, nominee number 2. My friend, your friend, our friend, everyone's favorite member of Outlander's best throuple, Coinface. That is a little switch up on you. You thought I was going to talk about. You thought I was going to talk about.
You're talking about those twins.
No. As you might recall, the best throuple in the history of Outlander is Coinface, Pamplemousse, and Dick Fox.
Yes, that's from our live fanfic in this very spot.
Check for poisons.
Does he like me?
But David Barry showed up to
One
just pee
episode.
all over it, be great, disappear again like the fine morning mist. Nominee number 3, Flora McDonald. And episode 5, Give Me Liberty. You will remember her from such great moments as Meh and Wow, I'm High.
Yeah.
We love her. We stan Cannabis Queen. The next is one very familiar face.
Yeah, but he's only here one time this time.
He has got primo bonnet face.
Bonnet
Prince douche.
Douche.
We love Andrew Gower.
We do love him, and so anytime we get to throw him into a roll-off, we will.
And he's very funny in his one very surprising scene. Last but not least, never least, Our Lady of Shoulder Bite, Maria Doyle Kennedy. Best remembered for scenes like Really and Wow, I'm High.
Yeah.
More
like she's a giggler.
She's a giggler.
Yeah.
But you know what? Who among us?
Well, depends on the weed.
Julie, bitch, I have personally sat across from you, writing things on personal preference cards, listening to you cackle.
Well, it's not giggly though. It's more like
yeah, but that's because you don't really go.
You're right.
You go like that.
Or I go.
We had a personal preference breakthrough the other day, by the way. Julie and I realized that the next improvement that we need to make to personal preference is we need to take a card and write on it abortion, and then take another card and write on that one abortion, and do that 4 times and put it in each category. So you'll be like, I'll take food and drink, hot dog, Doritos, margarita, abortion. Number 1, abortion. Number 1.
Double down.
Double down.
All right.
So look forward to that. Okay.
So here we go.
Do we have any challenges? All right.
All right, here we go.
Rolling.
Bargain rate Clive Owen gets a 18. That seems real high for old bargain rate Clive Owen. All right, Coin Face gets a 2.
It's because he's too legit to quit.
Oh, wait. Will you put these in?
Yes.
All right,
Oh,
18.
here's where the lack of mic stand is going to really.
Do you want 18 and 2. And then we got Flora McDonald. She gets a 2 as well, but you know what? I'm letting that stay. 2 high. Tori. All right. Bonnet Prince Douche gets a 4.
For real though?
And then Maria Doyle Kennedy Jocasta gets 13, which seems bargain rate Clive Owen should not win.
You know what? Here's the thing. He came in right at the last minute.
You're right.
Announced himself as the one to pay attention to, and
You're
not
right.
just with the capelet. He was like,
Didn't hurt.
Listen, you're going to need a target for your outrage. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, name it right at me. And then he was subject to one of, by the way, we forgot a sick burn. We got to remind me to add this when we get there. He was subject to one of the great sick burns in Outlander. No, do not kill him. He knows where Claire is. And then John Bell, that sassy bitch, goes, so do we, Uncle. Bam, right in the head.
All right, so I guess bargain rate Clive Owen wins it.
Bargain rate Clive Owen.
What a surprise. You know what? We start off with a surprise.
This is the most surprising thing since I somehow managed to sell you and Janine on the idea that Wickham from Wishbone needed to be in the final of the Golden Butthole bracket. I stand
but
by
I'm
it.
poor. That shit is hilarious.
Poor. All right. Next category. We got lots of nominees here.
Should we roll after each one to make it go faster so we don't have to do it twice? What do you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do it.
Remember, you can issue challenges. Best scene/image. Uno. Claire and Jamie's stable scene in episode 6, The World Turns Upside Down.
Best scene in the
Katrina being
season.
like, I should have been nominated for an Oscar, but I'll let you give me an Emmy instead. A very, very, very good scene for both of them.
Yes.
Like, we have occasionally thrown a light amount of shade at our beloved Sam Heughan.
Light?
He's a delight.
He was so good this season.
He
really
was great,
He was very
legitimately
good.
great this season. This is the first season where I'm like, no, maybe he did. Maybe he
You
needs
know what?
to be in
Maybe
the Emmy
he's
hunt
good.
for real.
Yeah, maybe he's good.
He was very good. So go ahead and roll for that.
Okay. Stable scene, plus 20, 10, 30.
You know what? 10's across the board.
Okay.
Plus 20.
Yeah, plus 20.
All right. Next is everything Mark Lewis Jones does in episode 8, every single thing. That's an
Every
exact quote.
single fucking thing that man does in that entire episode.
I'm
Every single thing.
particularly partial to, I'll try to make a sound that goes with this physical expression.
Okay. Can you make a sound for his concerned face when he's looking into the wagon?
You know what? Yeah, I feel a little bit like I know what he would have looked like this week. Like one more thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Just like,
he'd be like, fine, Supreme, okay. Yeah, I'll go on the road trip with these people. Yeah.
All right.
He's very good.
So I'm rolling for him. He gets 17.
Just
Fine.
like a wild
Fine, you know what? I'm okay with
window.
that.
All right. Fergus and Jamie in episode 3, Temperance.
This is when Fergus has his big freak out after the birth of his son, and
Henri
Jamie
Christian.
saves him. And that scene was really, really good.
Milord, I have
so
many troubles.
the first of which is his hand. It is no hand.
It is no. I think I must go start a newspaper that will one day become a satirical publication in Chicago, Illinois, that will then be overtaken by a nefarious large media organization that will
owns
then
it now?
lay off all of its employees in Chicago and relocate to Los Angeles.
Oh.
Don't read the AV Club anymore, guys. Sorry.
All right.
Wow. Okay, yep. Let's
Okay,
do
so
it. Let's
Fergus and
roll.
Jamie gets a 11. That seems appropriate because it's two rock hard ones right next to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Next is Ian and Jamie. We've got a tour of Jamie's dad
Sam
scenes.
Hewen really killed it this season.
Ian and Jamie in Hour of the Wolf.
This was the discussion of the miscarriage of the children, and it was a very, very good scene. Okay, so 10, low. I'm saying +5 for empathy.
Okay.
All right.
You know what? +5 for every time that John Bell says uncle.
Uncle.
Because I love it so much. Uncle. All right. Next is Brie and Marsley.
I love that scene.
too.
Every time the two of them are together, I don't know. I just love them together so much. This is the
Thought
one.
we were sisters?
Yeah, this is the one where Brie is pregnant but hasn't told anybody yet, and Marsley's like, "What the fuck, bitch? Were you gonna tell me?" And they're just so cute together. I love them. All
You
right.
know what? None of this shit with the Beardsleys would have happened if Marsley had stuck around for real.
Marsley leaves, and everybody loses their
She would have
mind.
taken one look at Lizzie's incredibly shiny hair and be like, all right, who knocked you
Who's
up?
boning
Who is
you?
it?
Yes.
Which one of those twins
Which
was
one
it?
is
Oh, you
it?
don't know either? Okay, great. Let's
All
go.
right. Let me get out my dowsing rod, which would have solved the entire dysentery situation in the first place, but I digress. All right, here we go. 16. All right. And then, oh, yeah.
I told you there's a lot of nominees in this category. It was a good season.
This was a really good scene, though.
For this, it's a whole scene, but I want to specifically call out the moment that Tom Christie realizes he is being asked for a stool sample.
Poop in this
shit.
jar.
It's
What?
really good shit.
What?
It's good shit.
Excuse me?
It's really good shit.
Come again.
It's a nice
Do what?
dump.
All right. All right. We're giving that one a 15. Seems
All
okay.
Yep. A nice, healthy dump. Next is the moment we're calling the turn. We'll be referring to this throughout this episode. It's when little Malva Christie is on the verge of what seems to be maybe
Claire.
talking to Claire about whatever the fuck's going on with her.
I'm so sorry. I love and respect you.
And then Get Fucked Face comes out, and she turns around, and when she turns back, it's da-da-da. And we don't know which Malva is the real Malva.
Never will.
Jessica Reynolds, bitch.
Fucking great. All right, here we go for the turn. That gets a 7. That is far too low.
Yeah.
Plus 10, 17.
Just
Hell
like
yeah.
the wild-winged dove.
Sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Turn, baby, turn, turn. You just
All
got
right.
me to fucking sing
Yes,
Stevie
I
Nicks.
sure did, bitch. It's been
It's a miracle.
6 years.
Speaking of a turn. All right.
All right,
so-
last, unless there's a challenge, this is your opportunity to challenge. There's one nominee left. All right, the final nominee is Puff Puff Pass.
Smoking a bowl with the ladies. Sorry, that scene, I called it like 10 minutes before it
Filled
happened.
me with so much joy.
But it did not lessen my joy when it showed
I
up.
like to imagine that was Daphne being like, let's do this one for the Slack.
Yes. Right?
It was like, oh, like everyone else, Claire got really into weed during the pandemic.
Yeah. Claire needed to lean on a couple of crutches during this pandemic. You
She
know what
sure
I'm saying?
did. She sure did. So why don't you?
I'm rolling for a bowl.
and
13
That's, so
seems
that's
correct.
plus 420.
Yes.
So
So that's
433.
433, so that one wins.
Unless there are other adjustments. Do you have other adjustments?
I have no adjustments. I think that that one wins.
Okay.
I really do.
All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the ladies.
Congratulations to marijuana.
Yay!
Thank you for your service. We value you. You've really made our lives better. All right. Next, we get to what is routinely the most competitive category at the Emmys. And this time around, actually, far and away, the most competitive category this season.
Yeah. This is going to be rough, y'all. Get ready.
We have some clarifications that we will make if a challenge is issued in this category. However, we don't feel the need to tell you our business.
Yeah, so shh.
Here we have 4 nominees for Best Supporting Performance. Jessica Reynolds as Malva Christie. We're not rolling. We're going through all 4 of these.
Yeah.
Okay. Jessica Reynolds as Malva Christie. Lauren Lyle as Marsley
Forever.
Damboy. Marsley Damboy. Also, her wigs were great this
They
season.
were. She's just everything about her.
Yeah, just really turning it out.
Something in the way she moves.
3, César Damboy as Fergus Fraser. Yes. And 4, Mark Lewis Jones as Tom Christie.
We talked about this. We talked about it because even though his part is so important, he still doesn't have enough like real screen time to be considered a lead for the season.
Although, if someone wants to issue a challenge,
I know it's so
any
hard.
challenges in this category.
It's so hard. We fought about it a little bit today.
I gotta want to challenge fucking Fergus.
Wow.
The guy
Come forward.
The guy gets one fucking scene on. Fergus gets one fucking good scene on a log and then fucks off to Chekhov's printing press. I say it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, he did get to suck those titties. He did get.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, we have to discuss.
We have to confer. We have to take it to Secaucus.
Yeah, we're going to Secaucus.
I cannot believe that Neil thought that he could come up with that. I don't understand. Our conclusion is that Neil can suck a D. The ruling on the court stands. Cesar Domboy remains in the category. As a result, that challenge does not count. Does not count. Also, he's fucking one of the hosts, so it really shouldn't count anyway. Oh,
Yeah.
Another challenge!
No challenge. No challenge. They're backing down.
They were ordering beers.
I have
folks.
had that conversation so many times. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I was talking about beer.
We did debate
We
this.
did debate it. I know, but that was only the one episode out of 8. It's true.
That is true. Okay.
I'm fine with considering him a lead actor because his impact. Yes. That's what she's trying to do is remove any obstacle to Malva winning this category. I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right. Are we replacing Mark Lewis Jones in this category? Oh.
I wanted to put forward another one.
Okay.
All
All right, we have him in lead, so what we'll do is we'll switch
Swap
them.
them.
So that is one challenge, not two. We'll combine those. One successful challenge. We are swapping Mark Lewis Jones into lead and putting John Bell in supporting.
All right. We did have this entire conversation this morning at
That's
breakfast.
true.
Because we were like, but Ian's in so many more episodes and like whatever. But you're right. Mark Lewis Jones is so
just-
fucking good. He's just really good.
I'm sure that we are of many varied minds on that cliffhanger. However, anything that allows us to have more of that guy next season is fine with me.
Fucking bring it on. Yes.
I do not want them to go full Murtaugh and extend his run by multiple seasons. That wouldn't make any sense at all. But anything that gives us more Tom Christie, I'm all about it. Okay,
All right. So let's roll them.
now we're rolling.
All right. Jessica Reynolds, 6,000. 6,666. 666, bitch. Okay. Lauren Lyle.
You do actually have to roll.
665.
You have to roll for.
20!
Oh my God.
Natural!
Malva Christie didn't need our help. Her whatever fucking deal she signed with the devil continues to this day. That is a natural 20.
That is rude.
The dice
Rude.
do not lie unless we've decided they lie.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Marsley.
All right. That was 20. That was Marsley.
No.
Oh, you're giving the
I was
20
saying
to-
you
got
still
it.
have to roll for Malva.
Okay. 13.
You know what? Marsley did have some bad luck this season.
She did. But not as bad as everybody she left behind on Shit Mountain.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
All right. Caesar Domboy, 7 seems right.
6 girls.
One
moi.
moi. There you go. And then John Bell, 18.
That's good because it's 1 for every time that he says on call.
On call.
On call.
All right, so not surprisingly, Jessica Reynolds
And she
runs
didn't
away
even
with that.
need our help,
She did
dude.
not need our help.
That is no cheating at all.
She did
still
not need our
won,
help.
and it was
she
not
was
close.
so good.
That obviously we have talked about that performance at length, and we'll probably do that some more. But that
She was
young
so
woman
good.
was fucking incredible. Quick show of hands. All right, first book readers, raise your hands. Yeah, a lot
All
of
right,
you.
cool.
Okay.
Almost all of you.
Question 2: book readers who were pretty worried about the Malva storyline on TV. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was like, oh god.
Oh, it's going to be so
this is
easy to
gonna
make
be
it
real.
Disney.
It's going to be really like
Her skill as an actor kept it from doing
Yeah,
that.
she was.
It transcendent.
Yes, she was incredible. It's so easy to either have a character like that be here. Look, here is the victim, or look at this evil, nefarious, beautiful young woman, and it's none of those things. She's just complicated.
It's a secret that we'll never know. Like
yeah.
there's something that happened to her
She-
that we will never understand,
Yeah.
and that is so compelling.
Except
and
for I
she's
feel
very
like
good.
we do, because we've gotten such insight into the character despite not fully understanding
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I know that person incredibly well, and I would just be fucking livid with them all the time.
Yeah.
Because I am baffled.
Yeah.
Just really, really good performance. So I mean, might be my favorite performance of the season.
Yeah. Well, God, her dad.
I know.
Fucking,
We're getting there.
he's
Well,
so
and
good.
also, I mean,
He's so good.
we've got Beyonce still to come too.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Yeah.
All
All right. Now moving on to the roast. Worst scene/image. You have one challenge remaining. One, most of any voiceover
Ever.
forever.
Fuck him. Why?
Let me set the scene. You're watching some lovely Scotland porn. You're floating away on a tide of good acting.
Feeling real
You're
good.
feeling your feelings. You've had an edible, and then all of a sudden, that was when we descended into the ridge for the last time. We had things to talk about in the past tense, and we were concerned that you would perhaps not understand.
Fuck him.
I want to go back and see if there's a connection between when we hear voiceover and when Jamie is or is not around and all that shit. And someday maybe I will do that. But for now, I'm just annoyed.
Nah,
So,
it's dumb.
all right.
Wait, let's roll it out.
Yeah.
That gets 11.
Okay. Worst scene/image number 2. The haint of the Browntown ass clown. Not the slightly less terrible brown. The most terrible
The
brown.
worst terrible
Ghost
brown.
edition.
Too much. Remember how it was so effective at first in that episode, and then they just kept doing it, and it kind of started to become stupid and funny, and you're like, okay, enough. So to me, it's not the good part where you're like, oh, she's really suffering. It's like this. You did this three times too many.
Yeah, just too much.
Yeah.
I would like to encourage Outlander, if they need an example of the perfect amount of ghost use in a story.
Perfect
I
ghost.
would direct them to A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yes.
A perfect amount of ghost. Double the Marleys, double the fun. You get in chains and you're out.
Yes. Yes.
That's
agreed.
really. I'm just saying we didn't need a reprise of the Brownstone S.
Okay. What does he get? 7. And then
Well, episode
Oh, yeah.
7. That fits.
That's
All
right.
right. Next, this is a personal one. This one hurts.
And I know that maybe we were wrong because of reasons, but still it sucks. The glass is thick. Maybe it wouldn't break the way we thought
No,
it would.
it
but
sucks
it
no matter
still
what.
sucks.
As much as we enjoyed seeing all of their windows come home to roost.
Shattered.
Who let that cat in there?
Come on.
Adso being allowed to just stroll through the glass.
I know they got other things on their mind, but damn, close the door. I don't know.
Like
I-
put him in
I
the
don't know.
bedroom.
Put him up on a cabinet. Put him in the surgery. I don't know. I just think about when I had a cat and how terrified I'd always get whenever I dropped a glass.
Do you remember that time that we were recording and Tom dropped a light bulb he was changing?
That's right.
And we had to stop everything because there was glass. I mean, that thing exploded. That was truly bonkers. That was like a little tiny bomb went off in my apartment. And that was immediately, we got to take care of the glass because there's a cat around. And if I can do that when recording a podcast, surely they can
Get
do
it
it while
together and
under
stand
siege,
off.
okay?
Okay. So 15.
Yeah, that seems right. All right. 4. That time Jamie mentioned Claire almost dying in the hurricane. Listen, it's not a bad scene. I just don't need to be reminded of that because I was enjoying, like they're talking about all of the
Such a good hot
all
pest
of the
scene.
times Jamie almost died. Great hot pest scene. Which, by the way, Amelia, where are you? Make sure we've brought some top secret merch previews, which we will give you glimpses of later. But Amelia, if you find Amelia's got a little necklace you'll all want to see later. Go find her later and look at her cute necklace. It's very cute. It's a great hot pest scene, and then all of a sudden I just hear. and we just see crystal clear water and Sammy on lithe form swimming. Boom, boom, boom.
There's nothing I hate more than a reminder of season 3 when I'm having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which go ahead and roll because that'll bring us to our next entry.
19.
You know what?
You know what? That's
That
correct.
tracks.
That is correct.
All right, and last but not least, boats.
Ah! Fucking every time a boat shows up, I'm just so mad.
Just the threat of boats, the looming threat of boats.
Just thinking about a boat.
You should have heard the sound that, well, I guess I didn't hear you either. I saw the sound that Julie made when she thought that they were about to load Jamie onto that boat.
Like, oh, God. Not again.
We don't ask for much, just the right to decide what exists inside our bodies. And no more boats.
Boats in Outlander.
Come on.
Okay, so boats.
Oh, a challenge!
Oh, Scooter.
I have 2 offerings that relate to epidemiology. One is
Fancy.
don't, whatever you do, don't touch your face. And Lizzie immediately just touching her face.
Okay.
Blah. And then, uh-oh, which is little Jemmy scratching his head and saying, uh-oh. And then Roger just getting his beard in there. And Brie gently tapping her wig against her licey child. So yeah, just like people from the future who should know about disease and parasite transference, really whiffing it.
All right, hold on. Let's go to Sea Caucus.
I think Scotty's right. Yeah, I think she's right too. Wait.
Oh, sorry. There's more.
Is it 1 or 2? Are we adding 2 or what? Epidemiology in general, or are we adding lice and face touching?
Epidemiology in general.
Okay. The challenge stands. We have adjusted our ruling. We are now including what the fuck, guys, germs as an option.
Yeah.
What? And bugs.
Germs and bugs.
What the
Okay,
fuck, guys?
and that gets a 12.
We didn't do boats yet, though.
Well, okay, then boats gets 12s unless you want to
Nope, boats are 12.
12 times 6 million.
And now epidemiology.
Okay, epidemiology gets a 2. For number 2, get it? Not on your face.
Yeah. Lizzie, don't touch your face. What? With this hand or this hand?
With this hand or the hand I wipe my ass with? Yeah, not mine.
Hold on. Let me get some ointment.
Yeah.
What? Does the ointment matter? Is the ointment important?
Is that coming back?
The Chekhov's ointment? Okay. The clear winner. That time Jamie mentioned Claire almost dying in a hurricane.
Cheers.
Fuck, you know
fuck
what?
season 3.
Which technically involves both.
You know what? Boats are involved. You know what? I like that.
Also, bad medical practice.
Yeah.
I don't know, because she almost drowned. Get it together, Claire.
Come on.
Don't you know you're not supposed to drink salt water?
No.
Also, not fall into the ocean during a hurricane.
Also, not be in the ocean in a hurricane where everything looks really calm and perfect underneath.
Also, don't randomly tie heavy things around yourself.
Also, sorry about that skirt.
Also,
I thought he couldn't swim.
yeah. No, he can swim. He's a weak seaman.
All right.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of a difference.
Plus, now he gets the acupuncture.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. He wouldn't have gotten that acupuncture. They put him on that boat, though. Thank God that boat didn't end up being him.
Yeah, Jamie would have puked himself to death, y'all.
Oh, man.
That'd be bad.
All right, what's next?
Best lead actor.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to swap out Mark Lewis Jones for John Bell.
Okay, number 1, no surprise to anyone. We've been very happy with him this season. Sam Hewen did a great job in
Yep,
season 6.
way to
So
go.
he made the list.
In fact, you might call it his peak challenge. That is a My Peak Challenge joke.
Oh, my God. All right, Sam Hewen, you get 20.
Natural 20.
It's
You
gonna
know
be
what?
hard
He was
to
the
beat.
glue. He was really the glue of the season. Not
All right.
20. Next is my friend and yours, Our Lady of Improved Wigs, Sophie Skelton.
Now, Allison and I have 2 very different opinions about the.
I don't know that they're very different.
Well, Richard and Sophie's entire thing in season 6, all of it felt kind of like an afterthought to me, and not like I didn't really care, right? but that doesn't mean they weren't good when they were there. I just was like, move on. Like, let's get back to the ether shit.
There were some good things. I very much enjoyed, and since we're talking about Sophie specifically, I very much enjoyed her spa day. Spa day shit was great.
When she's good at cutting heads. This we've learned about her this season.
She really knows. She too got really good at cutting her family members' hair over the pandemic.
Yes.
But she's also really good when she tells her mom she's not allowed to die. That's
right,
good.
that was a good scene.
And when she's very mad about all of the goss. And she's very good in the scene where she's like, listen, Roger, I don't think you're fucking that nice widow. I just think other people think you're fucking that nice widow.
You're right. That was a very good scene.
Yeah,
okay.
she's good.
I'm cool with her being here. I just want to air my grievance about their entire thing.
I don't think anybody is under the illusion that Sophie Skelton gave the best performance of the season
She
or
did
that
well.
Brianna had the most to do.
You know what I really liked was how bummed she was that nobody was more excited about matches.
Yes! Yes! Because you know
So,
what?
They should have been more excited.
It's a big fucking... I'm like mad that none of you were more excited about matches.
All right.
Justice for matches.
Sophie Skelton gets 7.
That seems right.
All right. Richard Rankin, we're just wrapping him in that same conversation. He's done some good shit. We've seen him sing a little.
He has that beautiful hair.
You know what? He is looking real good this season. That beard and that hair.
That sex scene was hot.
Yeah. He's looking pretty good.
Roger, do not put that child's toy by my vagina.
Yeah. 17. Too high. Too high.
Too high. That's fine though.
Minus 20. Oh, it's
-3. Great. Next, Mark Lewis Jones. Here's where it's going to get interesting, folks. Listen, Sam deserves that natural 20, but for my money,
Yes. For everyone's money.
we've got like a battle of the titans here. In what corner? We've got
His religion is stultifying.
his hair is tightly pulled back.
His education is strong.
His flashback is relevant.
His kids are weird.
And it's at least partly his fault. God damn it.
We got him. Tom Christie, played by Mark Lewis Jones. Okay.
All right.
Versus.
In the other corner, she's wearing a long yellow dress and holding a baseball bat that she is banging into car windshields. The Beyonce of Outlander, Katrina
Boover.
She's Irish.
Her ether is strong.
I'd say another thing, but I've blacked out for 9 minutes.
Her non-costume rules.
She looks good with a bob.
She's been here the whole time. Please respect her.
Yeah, Claire. Okay.
Yeah.
That hurt.
All right.
That audio is going to be terrible. I'm
whatever.
so sorry.
I'll just turn it way
to
down.
those of you listening at home, I'm
I'll
really
just
sorry.
turn it way down.
All right.
So it's really coming down to Mark Lewis Jones versus.
But I want you to know,
Katrina.
Sam Heughan did roll a natural 20.
He did so well, but you know what? We just know. He missed it by this much because Katrina really got some like super
Let's
shit this
reconcile
season.
it this way.
Yeah.
In a season that didn't include Katrina Belf's best performances of the series so far, which is really saying something because there are some good fucking episodes in all of the... I mean, she's always been good. She was great in Never My Love. Obviously, Faith is one of the best episodes of the series. The whole thing doesn't work if she's not good in the pilot, even with a dicey accent. Like, she's great. But this is her best season.
No question.
I think without a doubt.
No question.
So in another...
Yes,
Yeah.
and she's fucking pregnant. She's pregnant!
And she's up to her arms in blood. Okay. In a normal season,
She would have won.
this would
no question.
I'm saying in a normal season, Katrina level normal.
Yeah.
Then we would have been in a little fight to the finish with Sam and Kate, and that would have been great. So. Honorable mention to Sam Heughan for really being in the mix this time.
You did so good.
Yeah, now and again, also congratulations, Brianna.
Yeah, whatever.
Roger. Yeah,
Just stop
yeah.
the scene.
But here we go. Mark Lewis Jones versus Katrina Belf.
All right, Mark Lewis Jones first. 3. No. That's the stupidest role I've ever made. 3 times 1,000. I think you're right. 3,000.
All right. 3,000.
Because this actor is so good. He's just so good. He brings me back to Bias in like season 1 and season 2 of like economy of movement, but you understand every single thing that is happening inside his head without him really having to change a lot.
Yeah.
It's like it's magical. He's really good.
It's very different from what I'm about to reference, but have any of you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once yet? Yes. Yeah. So all of the performances in that are incredibly smart physically, where you can tell which especially the people who are multiverse hopping, so our leads, you can see which version of the character they're playing the second you see them based on the way they're holding their body. It's one of those, every single performance is like that. And that's what Mark Lewis Jones is doing here.
Yeah.
Like Tobias, right? Like we joke about him making his eyes farther set on his forehead.
He do though.
But that's because he moves so differently that you could know immediately whether you're looking at Frank or Blackjack the second that they come up on screen, no matter what they're wearing.
Exactly.
And I feel like if Mark Lewis Jones was playing a different version of Tom Christie, we would also be able to tell the difference. Instead, we just get incredible insight into his emotional journey based on the way he carries himself. And that is to say nothing of the rest of his performance.
Oh, he's so good.
He's very good.
All right. So he rolled a 3, but we timed it by 1,000. So 3,000. All right, Katrina. Oh, girl, you're so good. 19. That's almost a 20.
I am. Would you say that this season was cruel? It was cruel to watch.
Yes.
It was cruel. It was different. But
sometimes
you know what?
we have to make cruel decisions.
But this is our show, bitch. This is an Outlander.
You know what? You're right.
It's a fucking tie.
It is a tie.
Saying. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a tie. 3,000 and 3,000.
3,000.
6,000. 6,000. It's a combined score of 6,000. Because a lot of my favorite scenes this season are the two of them.
Yes. Yes.
Poop. Come on, there's the poop.
Tom Jones, this is filth. Fucking stitching his hand shut.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I love them both.
She's in the back of the way. You have to go back to Jamie. You have to go back to Jamie. And he just looks like he's about to fall right off his horse.
Sorry, I'm not gonna leave you.
I can't. Here, take this money.
I'll be right outside. Don't ask why.
Hand surgery.
They're great.
They're great.
All right, so I think that's
Congrats.
just 6,000 for season 6. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
We're going to pick it up a little bit now because we are out of challenges. Apologies, folks.
Sorry, guys.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your
Great
service.
challenges.
We appreciate that. And now we got to roll on.
All right. Most shocking moment.
Is that too much?
Julie wrote.
I made a joke that
I want you to know
unsure.
that after this joke, she changed the font too. It's in a different color, and it's italicized, and it's smaller. 3 different changes to the font. Is this too much? It just says Cabbage Patch Kid.
I didn't know where they came from.
So the baby in the patch.
Yeah, that was shocking.
This is, maybe the most shocking moment in the show so far.
Yeah,
it's up there, right?
Yeah,
It's
it was
up there.
very shocking.
It's extremely shocking.
Yeah.
And man, Katrina was so good.
She was so good. And I didn't even really consider it because I never think about it this way because I've never been pregnant. But she's pregnant while she's doing that?
Yeah.
Woof.
Yep. Yeah. It's very upsetting. So go ahead and roll for that shit.
8 times 60,000.
Well, 8. If you put it on its side, 8 is infinity.
You're right.
All right. The next is the finger bones connected to the sin eater.
The moment when Malva's digging his finger out and just kind of like looking out into the distance, like,
Yep.
I've done this before.
Oh, mares eat oats and nosy oats and little lambs eat ivy. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
All right.
All right, we'll roll it. 2 seems right.
1
digit.
2. All right. I'm going to say this in Julie's voice because it's all caps. Hilarious ether testing.
when Claire's like bringing the Beardsleys and them and Malva and them in, and she's like, hard, try this. I was shocked. I was like, oh, so.
I'd like you to meet my friend Buddy. Say hi, Buddy.
Hey, I'm over here, Claire. What are you doing later?
Go ahead and roll for that shit.
Okay. 11. 1 for each twin.
Speaking of one for each twin.
Thruple reveal.
I've been Julie.
It says 2. That's hilarious.
I can't. Two
That's
beards,
hilarious.
please, one moi. I cannot tell you. I've been waiting literal years for this. If you go back and listen to our old episodes, you'll hear me probably once a season be like, "Listen, there's a thing with Lizzie. I can't say anything about it, but it's coming. It's coming."
So she, twice.
On the regular. All right. Booby magic.
Oh my God, you guys, why? I get it, and it was an interesting kind of glimpse into Fergus's past, but it also so much reminded me of the Lazarus hand job that it just took me right out of like everything that was happening, and I'm like, why do I watch this show? Right, so that to me means shocking. So let's see, it gets a 1. All right, whatever.
For a nipple
For the one boob, because it's always one boob, right? The other one kind of gets a little left behind.
It's me over here. I'm the other boob.
Look at me.
All right. Last but not least.
Allison wasn't with us when we watched and recorded this. This is the one that I recorded with Jen.
I like to think that I was in Texas for South by Southwest, and it was a Sunday, and all of a sudden I was like, what? Oh, Julie just saw the lady sit up during her own funeral.
I'm not dead yet. The moment when the old lady sat up at the funeral was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Let's be real. All right, 11.
All right.
Oh, it's a tie.
It's a tie.
It's a tie between.
Well, no, it's
No.
not time for a roll-off because we forgot the 8 is infinity.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Cabbage
come on.
Patch Kid wins.
Come on.
Of course it does.
All right. Tim gunning it, our favorite category.
Making it work.
You know what? Less making it work this season.
Yeah.
Mostly people didn't have to make it work.
Right. Mostly things were working.
Yeah.
But occasionally they still had to Tim gun it a little.
Yeah. First nomination. The actor playing the Beardsley twins.
Yes. Here's why I nominated them. Because of the way that they're shot and the way that the camera is used, sometimes you can clearly tell, like especially when you see them from behind, that one is a body double and one. So it's a little bit campy to begin with. And yeah. So I nominate that. I should have looked his name up. What?
Paul Gorman.
Paul Gorman.
My favorite is when it'll be Lizzie talking to one of them. And then she's like, and what do you think, Kezzy? And she turns, and you just hear him go like, scuttle, scuttle, scuttle.
No, I'm here. Yeah.
Oh,
so
me? I've been here all
I'm
along.
Kezzy now. Yeah. Okay.
All
so
right.
Paul Gorman gets 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems right. Next is the little kid playing Jemmy.
What a thankless part. Just this little kid
You know
running
what?
around. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Respectfully,
Oh, you're cute, though.
Respectfully, he gets to ride in a wagon,
Yeah.
have people make funny faces at him,
Yeah.
and go running through the woods holding a little airplane.
And his granddad is that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come here.
Do we take him out of the category? I'll give him a little baby roll. 10.
10. Oh, just quietly
Pretty good.
winning.
Just quietly winning. Oh my God.
Anytime Katrina has to say something about the Revolutionary War.
Anytime she says, they don't know what's coming, or the Boston Tea Party, or anything, I'm just like,
My favorite, and it's legitimately good, is when Claire's like, oh no, I'll come with you to the next one.
The Continental
Yeah,
Congress.
I'll go to the one that's in Philadelphia.
I'll come to that important
I'm
one.
just gonna skip to the finale.
Yeah.
That's okay.
forward. Okay.
I've seen this before.
18.
Plus 1776.
Hell yeah! Great joke. Tom, what's the math? 1776 plus 18. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Hi. Oh, no, it's okay. Michelle has someone at the window.
Okay. Next, Jessica Reynolds with those fingy bones. Just really, you know what? It's the opposite of when somebody is holding an obviously empty coffee cup.
Yeah, because you can
She
see
made me
that she's
feel those tendons.
really pulling it out.
Oh, well, the whole time being like, Just another day at the office.
All right, so 4. Because I think she does. Because I think it's not quite making it work, but.
I think she makes it work.
No, she made it work, but I don't think it needs to be made to work. Do you know what I'm saying?
I see.
You know.
I don't know, man. I think she makes it work. Now I'm double checking a name because I realized I forgot. Okay, last. So a storyline that really could have not worked. And also a part that she's gonna need to keep making work. This is Joanne Thompson as Amy McCallum.
Yes.
She's really having to grin and bear it with those scenes. You know what I mean? She's having to bear down and
Is she gonna die by bear attack?
No. She's No, Julie, she dresses up like a zebra.
Oh, there's something coming with the widow and a bear. I can feel it. All right.
Oh, the widow and the bear, they were dancing in a circle.
What was
widow
the
and
farmer?
bear.
The farmer and the can be friends.
The farmer and the cowman should be
friends.
friends. Oh, the widow and the bear should be friends.
Should be friends. All right, 18.
One man likes to chase a cow, the other likes to raise her children.
18. So she wins.
You know what?
Well, not really. Anytime Claire says anything about the Revolutionary War.
Second place.
Second
and
place.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm excited
You know what?
about
She
more
has to be fine with
Amy
that, too.
McCallum in the future. But also, really, those Roger storyline, because it would have been like the Malva storyline, honestly. It would have been easy for it to go way too far in the other direction, where you're like, oh, she's so thirsty. And it wasn't that at all. It wasn't that at all. Good job. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Sickest burn.
My favorite.
I would be willing to entertain an unofficial challenge on this one in case we forgot anything really sick.
Yeah. So
I'm just for
remember it.
this category specifically. All right. 1.
You'd be cool in this minute. It's my favorite.
It's a real Lieutenant Leonard energy.
9? Psh, low. What's next?
He was not a leader of men.
Do you have
any Doritos?
19. That seems
Yeah.
kind of right.
Yeah.
Because that is really like, I'm disappointed
you know what
in you
19
energy.
is?
Ooh.
Just a little before 20.
Get it? Because they're high.
That's another drug joke.
Wah, wah. All right. And then what's the next one?
Claire's hazing haircut.
Oh, yeah.
Truly a sick burn.
20.
Get it? Because she was sick. And
Yeah,
she
she
had
was
a fever. I
fever.
actually didn't think of that part. That's. Thanks, Ellen.
20.
Natural 20. You know what? Guy, because Malva did cut all of her fucking hair.
Oh, God.
She just went to Mrs. Bug and she was like, hey, Mrs. Bug.
Can you help me? I got to tell you, when somebody has a fever, this is what you should do. Come help me.
Hey, Mrs. Bug, have you ever seen the Marcel season of Top Chef? Anybody? 1. Great.
Yeah, see, I told you.
I tried that joke out on Julie and she was like, what?
I don't watch Top Chef. I don't know. All right.
All right. Last. Get in, cuck. We're killing a hog.
When Mr. Bug is all like, Roger, hey, you don't like me talking about reality and murder in front of your kids? Shit, come with me to kill this hog, you
Yeah,
little
we're
piece
about
of
to
shit.
go do some really bloody man shit. Did you want to come with
Wanna
us?
come? Oh, that gets a 6, which
'Kay.
seems right.
Did we forget anything?
No. I think we're good. Yeah, wait, you got one?
Put a challenge, and it's more of an action than an actual burn.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Lizzie puts the pot down, Miss Bug moves it.
Okay.
yes.
Yes. A true hot piss moment. All right. Yes.
The
yes.
passive-aggressive control of
yeah.
the household.
Mrs. Bug and
vis-a-
Lizzie's
yes.
silent battle for supremacy in
That
the
also
kitchen.
gets a 9.
All right.
All right, so who wins that one?
That would be
He was not-
No, that's the haircut.
Oh, the haircut. All right, I'll take it. What?
When Claire is doing the ether with Malva and Lizzie, and Malva says something, and Lizzie's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." Like, so brave. Oh, you're so brave. She's like, "Yeah, you are brave."
Oh, yeah, that's right. When she has
Yeah.
to, like, don't talk to my man.
Yeah.
Don't talk to my man.
Don't talk to one of my boyfriends.
One of my men. One of my 2 men. Can I emphasize that enough? All right, we'll give her a 1. Sorry.
Oh, poor Malva.
Parmava.
She really is striking out at everything that isn't cutting off somebody's finger bones.
Right.
Great at that. She's the opposite of Jamie.
Yeah.
Although, you know what? Jamie is probably also good at cutting off
Cutting
somebody's
off a finger
bones.
bone. You know he is.
Yeah.
All right, so that means that the haircut won.
Haircut one,
right.
unless we want to give it to Flora
I
McDonald.
think the haircut.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
it
the
is.
It is a burn.
And it's a pun.
It's the burn that keeps on giving because she has to look in the mirror every day.
I know that some of y'all didn't like those wigs. I fucking love those wigs.
I like the bob.
I love the bob.
The shorter ones didn't quite look right. Like, I never like a short wig on an actress with longer hair. Like, for instance, let's go back to Julia Roberts in fucking Steel Magnolias.
Oh,
You know
I thought
how
for
it
sure you were gonna
always-
say. I thought you were gonna say Julia
Hook.
Roberts and Hook.
Hook works
that
too.
one is so bad.
Fucking Hook works too. There's something about the hairline with a shorter wig like that on somebody that has so much hair shoved up underneath it that it just doesn't
It's
work.
you know the hair is up there, and you find yourself asking, "Where'd she get the short hair?
Where'd the hair go?
Where'd she get the short hair?"
All right,
Okay.
what's next?
Best cameo by an inanimate object.
This
We're
is a new
almost done,
category
folks.
this year. This is
All
a
right.
new category this year because I could not have this category because it was so intense this year. The competition is very fierce.
This one, we will also take one edition. This is just crowdsourcing. This is not. We
No
will take
challenge.
One,
Just
one
if you got
edition.
something, bring it out. But
And
hold
you
on.
don't have to, because this is a pretty thorough list. Nominee number one, the most obvious nominee, the Meryl Streep of the bunch, Stephen Bonnet's Nuts in a Jar.
I mean, it told us a lot.
You know
like
what?
without saying a
Maybe
word.
Sam Heughan was so good in this season, but maybe his best moment is just going.
walking past, coming back, walking past, coming back. It was
Great.
hilarious.
You know what? Did somebody make a gif out of that just repeats? Because I just want, he looks, the nuts. He looks, the nuts. He looks, the nuts. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. Let's do the list for this one before we roll, because it's a
Okay.
big category. And I'm saving that one for last. Number two, Chekhov's Ointment.
Yeah, it was
Very
important.
It was important. And it probably smelled really funky. You know what I mean? The next is Smooth Move X-Lax Stool Sample Jar.
Which he just takes it out and sets it down on the table. And it's a close up on the little jar, and you know what it means. It's fucking legendary.
Yeah. The anti-bigot red hot poker.
When Jamie's like, hey, touch this or touch that baby. Touch this or touch that baby. It was a great supporting role.
Yeah, good job. Next is the legendary decanter stopper.
Look, two episodes back to back. First of all, Claire's losing it and hearing it go shh, 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 for like an entire minute. That was a great performance. And then exploding in the showdown at Window Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Window Mountain.
Yeah.
It would not be eligible for a one and done. That's how significant
Yes.
the decanter stopper was.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And last but not least,
Never
really
least.
more of a supporting player this season.
I really think that this one is going to run away with this category.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Claire, what are you doing? Do you not feel so good? Why don't you come put me on your face?
Oh, Ether Mask, I don't know. I need to make sure that I'm alert so that I can take care of any young women in distress who come
Claire.
running toward my surgery.
Claire, why are you so stressed out? Come on over here. Why don't you just take a deep whiff and we're just going to lay down and take a nap. Buddy the Ether Mask. That's what we're calling him. I think Buddy the Ether Mask wins this category. I don't even think we need it. He was like another character, right?
Truly,
the
I
entire
mean,
season.
Truly not since Coco.
Truly, has there been an inanimate object that held such weight?
And before that, the falling statue.
Yes. All right, so I think Buddy wins. Just give him a 20.
In the grand tradition of Outlander props that we can't shut up about.
Wait, Amelia has something.
Amelia has an objection.
What?
Windows.
She said windows. Oh no! Oh my God!
The plane and the car.
The rooms.
The rooms.
I gotta say
go
the Ether
ahead.
Mask.
I'm gonna reject the plane in the car because Roger, don't put those near my vagina.
Yeast infection.
Roger. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get a splinter.
Yeah.
And then
The windows. I get it, but they got their just
the
desserts.
windows, they went to the walls.
Ah!
Good suggestions, but I think the Ether Mask takes it.
Ether Mask
All
wins.
right, last but not least, best episode.
Best episode. I
Nominee
think
number 1, episode 6, The World Turned Upside Down.
Hold on, we have a list.
Nominee number 2, episode 6, The World Turned Upside Down. Nominee number 3, Echoes, episode 1. Nominee number 4, episode 8. I'm not alone.
It's
And
number 6.
Nominee number 5, episode 6.
Upside down. It was, yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
The world turned upside down.
That was maybe my favorite episode of Outlander I've ever seen.
It's hard with recency bias.
I know, but it's
it
so
has
good.
been a while since I watched a season of Outlander, and I thought, wow, that might be my favorite episode of the show so far.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So episode 6.
Yeah,
No question.
There have been good episodes every season, but maybe since season 2, maybe
Since
since
I've been
season
that
2,
affected,
where I
for
was
sure.
like, that's the shit.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell me what's the Battle of Culloden.
Yeah. All right,
So,
that's it.
At this point, I think let's say episode 6, The World Turned Upside Down, written by.
Hold on, just a moment.
Hold on, guys. Merch reveal. We've got other things, but here's our first merch reveal. You can buy this soon, probably by the time you're listening to this. It says Tony Graphia. Tony Graphia. Who's too young to understand that joke?
Who knows Tony?
There we go. Thanks, olds.
It's the new Jack Swing Act. Look him up.
Look him up. Tony Graphia, written by Tony Graphia, directed by Justin Molotnikov.
Who did 2? He did 6 and 8, right?
He did 6 and 3.
Which one was 3?
Touch the Baby or Touch the Hot Poker.
Fuck yeah.
Really great writing. So unsurprisingly great writing, great direction, great acting. Everybody's great. Everybody's great in that
This
one.
season was really good, and I'm so happy because waiting so long to come back, if it had not been this good, would have been so demoralizing.
Yeah.
And it was really, really good, and it just kind of re-piqued my interest in the show.
Yeah.
So good job, Outlander.
It's really difficult for a TV show to keep up a creative high at all.
Mm-hmm.
It is much harder to legitimately come back to one.
Yeah.
Like if you're good and then you stay relatively good, let's call it West Winging it. That's like fine, right? Like you have creative highs. We all know that things are not the same anymore, but every once in a while you're like, oh, that reminds me of the Jackal. Yeah, the Jackal, right?
Mm-hmm.
It reminds you of the good old days. And what's much rarer is this, where that's what it was last season. Last season they were taking some big swings, which is very
Sometimes
bold,
it was
right?
great, sometimes not
they
great.
worked, sometimes they didn't. The acting remained good. It was good television. It wasn't great television, but it was good television, and that's pretty typical for a season 5. What is not typical is for a season 6 to be this good.
It was really
See
good.
also my dearly departed DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Sorry.
I love you, Legends. Hopefully somebody rescues you. Anyway.
All right. So
so-
looking forward to next season. And
Yeah.
it kind of feels like season 1, how it was split in 2. I know they're going to call it season 7, but it feels like it's going to be a continuation, right? Since it ended on this cliffhanger.
I also think it's likely that things are about to get very interesting from an adaptation standpoint, because we've reached a time when it is becoming increasingly likely that one or both of our leads are going to want to move on.
Yeah.
Not because they don't love the show, because it's obvious that especially Sam Heughan. Sam Heughan is fucking obsessed with Outlander, you guys. I don't know if you know this.
He and D-Gab's getting tea.
It's clear they love the show. It's also at least evident to me that the actors were as jazzed about this season as we were.
Yeah.
Like the energy is very different,
Yeah.
which is great.
So thank you,
So yes,
Outlander.
So good job, everybody.
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, and I'm excited about next season, which is the next thing we're going to talk about. Before we move on to other things, we're going to talk about hopes and dreams for season 7. If you have hopes and dreams that you want to share, you can email us at Podlandercast.
Nice.
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Podlandercast. You can find us on Twitter at Podlandercast. You can find us on Instagram at Podlandercast, and Sickburn Jane, which is our Jane Austen podcast, and Podlander Presents, and Amelia, am I forgetting anything? She was
brand.
ordering
On brand.
beer. You can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Podlander Drunkcast, where you can support the show, join in our crowdcasts where we do things, get access to early episodes, do this, another thing, then another thing, and also something else. And he's starting to distract me. My brain is garbage today. And you can join the Slack. Briefly, go ahead and make a little noise if you are in the Slack.
These ladies are awesome.
These people
are
are awesome. We are so grateful for all of you. For those of you who came all the way here,
Yay!
thank you.
Thank
To
you.
the Chicago Pod Landing 2022, which includes the logo for Rogers Park's finest dive bar, the Oasis.
Thank you, Oasis.
Which is where we are today, by the way. Probably should have mentioned that.
Thank you,
dear friend
Michelle.
Michelle behind the bar.
Yay!
We couldn't have done it without Michelle or the Slack or the beer. So or the Oasis, frankly.
You know what? I couldn't have. No.
So cheers to all of you and to you listening at home. We'll be back very soon with more thoughts on a little television program called Outlander. We love you, Janine. Bye.
Bye.
Kiki. Oh, we didn't read the list.
Whatevs. We'll do it later.
I'm going to tell it on the end, but here, let's let people say the thing with us. Julie, here's what we'll do. We're going to edit it, all right?
Okay.
We're going to cut out here. Keep talking, though, because they need the explanation. Cut out after the explanation. And then these people are all going to chime in on a thing we all know. So then we're going to cut to me, and then I'm going to say this. If you're wondering if iTunes or Spotify or whatever just accidentally skipped you to the next episode, it didn't. We're just doing a mini episode within the episode because it's our show.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Julie's drinking a Radler, folks.
All right, I'm ready.
How'd you feel about that live show?
It was so fun.
It was wild. The cookies.
I know, like everything about it. People traveling, getting to meet new people every time we do one of those things, making Michelle so happy.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. And the weather was so nice and everyone had such a good time. It was very, very good.
You know what else was great? That moment when we realized that for some reason all of the Oasis's power outlets are in the ceiling.
Every time I see a picture of us from it and there's that long cord, I'm like, damn, janky. All right. We did it, though. We did it.
On brand. We did it. And now we're going to read the list of people. Julie's helping me out because we're also having a meeting. And, you know, it's an extra special episode, so you're getting an extra special list of patrons.
It's like a little clue.
It's like a little clue. I'm going to share my screen in just a moment. And Julie, I want you to read the first two, and I'm going to say the first one. I don't want you to get tripped up on the first one. So the first one, the name it's new, Doc JWS, which I think is initials. For reasons I won't say, because email addresses are nobody's business. But this person, her initials, I shouldn't assume, their initials seem to be JWS. So Doc JWS.
Okay.
So you're gonna say Doc JW.
Do it.
JWS. And then you're gonna read the next one. Okay? These
Got
are
it.
both new patrons. And then we go
That's
Kelly
amazing.
Armstrong, Sydney Trailer, BG. I'm having a hard time
Okay.
talking to Terry, y'all. All right. Sharing screen. Oh, host disabled participant screening. Julie, what the fuck, bitch?
Thanks to everyone, but most especially thanks to Doc JWS and I Saw Goody Proctor with the Devil.
I too saw Goody Proctor speaking with the devil. That is an all-timer patron name.
That's a really
Thank
good one.
you. I saw Goody Proctor speaking with the devil. All right, from here on out, let's just freeform it. It's like hot jazz.
Okay.
All right.
But remember to scroll so I can keep up with you.
We'll trade back and forth.
Okay.
I'll two at a time. Kelly Armstrong, Sydney Taylor,
BG, just Brie.
Cat's Paw, 156, Maddie Perkins.
Snazzy Neck, Lisa Briand.
Oh, you should do the next one, too.
Julia Gulia.
There we go. Kathleen Martini, Lauren Tennant, Kelsey Kemp, Emily Day, Betsy English, Caitlin Reddick, Jen Collins, Ashley Teagues, Tina Barnett.
Nicole Rodriguez.
Kristen.
Freckle
Fury. Laura Culm.
Amelia Bizel.
Liz and
Peniston.
Tinkerbell. Liz
Ooh.
and Tinkerbell.
Very important.
It is important. Please, Julie, after you.
Stella Welch, Tori Halligan, Claire Feeney, Rochelle Lefevre, Amanda Sims, Jerry Hurdle, Emily Carlson.
Amanda Smizazaza, Jerry Hurdle, Emily Carlson. This is why you're not allowed to
That's
do
why
this.
I don't do it. I don't know these things.
Amy Gustafson, Rachel Townsend, Kelly Mazzella, Chantel Salters, Mary the Falling Statue, Tara Lucchino, Vev Pickles, a.k.a. Laura, Mary of the Grapefruit, Jenna Pukowski, Ann Gibson, Ruth McCormick, Kara Marlowe, Trish McCurry, Julie Detroit, Jen Lynn, Kelly Bond, Amanda Newton.
The Wise.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.